Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. We are Friday. Friday is always good. My Friday is actually very good because I actually have the day off. Now, I have the day off, but I still have some work to do with my actual job. I still got some things, but I got some follow-ups to do even on my day off. But still, at least I have some day off. I have some time off today, which is good because it allows me to catch up in other aspects of my life that I've been trying to catch up on this week. So, good news, and I might even have some time to relax in there, which is nice too. So far, so good. We are holding on, and yesterday was not an easy one to hold on to. I was particularly hungry. You remember whenever I would say on Saxenda, there's some days where it feels like it's working great. Some days feels like it wasn't working at all. I kind of had a day like that without Saxenda, where some days I managed very well, and yesterday, it was tough. I felt like I was hungry just about all day, and I know why. Excuse me, I just woke up here. I know why partly, and that's because work wasn't quite as hectic as it normally would be, and part of the job is sometimes I have to sit around. I got to stay close in proximity of some of the big meetings just in case things go south, right? And while that's fun, I like being that guy that everybody runs to when all hell breaks loose. I love that. It does sometimes get a little long. And if I don't keep myself busy, I have food on my mind still. So because of that, it made the day a little rougher. And whenever the day was done, the day kind of ended badly. So I finished late from work. Whenever I finished, it was still snowing pretty badly and all that, and it was not pretty out there. And while I was driving home, I lost a wiper. Just flew off. What the hell? So I lost a wiper. So now I couldn't see very well, and then I found out I had to go pick up my daughter, and then my mom's still not feeling well, so she's not good to go out. So I had to go pick up some stuff for her. And the place I had to go, the pharmacy and all that, everything was just taking forever. You know, we went to get some meds. I went to get some meds, and something that should have taken 5 minutes, for some reason, the pharmacist and their gang, I need to speak to the pharmacist for just to ask a simple question between two products, which one's best, right? And they probably made me sit there for 25 minutes on my own. Nobody was around. And after about 25 minutes, I'm starting huffing and puffing. And then eventually there's somebody came up to us, "Sir, are you waiting for something?" So it was kind of one of those moments I was freaking out. Anyways, I got past that, but then after that I had to stop at the store, get myself some new wipers, and then this whole time I had told my wife on my way home, I said, "Hey, do you mind just starting the oven so I can have my pizza when I get home, because it was getting pretty late. As some of you know, I can't eat too late. I have a GERD thing where I can get reflux and actually wake up kind of drowning at night because my food goes up and back down into like it's a whole thing. It's crazy. So I was trying to eat as quickly as I can to give myself time to sleep, to get to work, process through my body so I can go lie down, which takes usually about 4 hours. So anyway, so now my pizza was in the oven. And then I was waiting 25 minutes there. So my wife had to take the pizza out of the oven and kind of wrapped it up and said, "Well, we'll see hopefully it'll still be a little bit warm when you get home," kind of thing. And then I had to go get my daughter. It's a whole thing. So just a lot of unexpected things happened, which is life, right? It's okay. These things happen. But when this happens and things are not quite going as planned and I'm starting to get frustrated, all I kept thinking in my head is just stop McDonald's. Just stop there, get your food done, have that. It'll make you feel better, and then it'll calm you down, right? Because often we eat our emotions. That's kind of what I was going through last night, but I didn't. I did not do that. It was not easy, but I did not do that. All right. So now that being said, let's go over yesterday's meals. Keep in mind, I'm still not weighing myself. I will weigh myself Monday morning, which is kind of a bummer, because Saturday night we've been invited over to our friend's house who's making a barbecue. And they're the type of people that are fantastic people, but they don't take no for an answer. So I can't bring my own food, say, "Listen, I got to be careful." So they're making burgers, hot dogs, this and that. So I'm going to have one burger, but it's still, and I mean, it's normal. It's just a burger. people that are skinny wouldn't think twice. They would have this burger, right? So it's okay to eat this burger. But I know where I'm coming from. I know how I react. Having a burger is a slippery slope for me because you have that burger. Well, yeah, but it comes with fries. Oh yeah, but we made some like all kinds of stuff. There's gonna be all kinds of meals everywhere. It's a slippery slope, so I have to be very, very, very careful. And it's gonna be a burger is still very salty, so it annoys me because it might skew. Like I might be doing well all week, but if you had a bad weekend, well, Monday is not going to show they had a great week. You know, this is the stuff that's on my mind. Anyway, let's put that aside. Don't know how much I weigh yet, but I feel pretty good. So I'm like I was saying, I'm hoping that I'm going to hit 280, even though I was 294 the night that I came, 292 the morning, Monday morning, 292. Usually, I've said this before, it's as bad as of a week or a month I've had. It's not that easy to put on actual fat, right? You have to really mess up for a long time. And I did mess up, but I don't think I messed up that bad. So if I can hit 280 by Monday, that will make me happy. If I'm anywhere near that 280, that's fine. If I'm 282, I can live with that. If I'm 285, I'll be pretty disappointed. I know that'll kind of really give me an idea of what kind of damage I did. Right, I think after a week I can really say, okay, now it's out of my body. This is where I went wrong. Okay, so we'll see. So if I'm closer to 85, then I really need to be more careful when I go on vacation because, as you guys seen, I'm thoughtful about it. So I do think and I evaluate my meals. But I'm still on vacation mode. I will still have my chicken burger for breakfast if I want to. I don't care in that kind of way. You know, I'm on vacation, but I'll skip the dessert. You know, like I'll do that kind of stuff. So I like that style. I hope I don't have to change that style. And the way I'm going to kind of evaluate it, because I've got a big cruise coming up again, right? Cruises are bad. But if I can recover from these vacations in a week, I can live with that. Okay, I can live with that, and that means I can kind of continue to do what I'm doing, being mindful, but at the same time, enjoy myself, knowing that I've wasted kind of a week of my diet, and then I can get back on track, because it's not a race, it's a lifetime effort, right? So, anyway, so hopefully 280, we'll see. Okay, so breakfast yesterday, I was hungry. I spoke about this, I think, yesterday. I got 2 hard-boiled eggs, and I got a cup of fruit. And I like this, right? So you guys know I have my routine. I skip breakfast. I have my shake for lunch, and then dinner I do whatever I want, which is fine. I like that too. But some days, like yesterday, where I'm super hungry, and I'm kind of hungry this morning again, which makes me think of the whole Saxenda thing. Maybe it shows that Saxenda is not working, that I don't have in my body, because I do feel hungrier these last few days than I normally would on Saxenda. But it's still manageable. So, all right. So 2 hard-boiled eggs. I think it was something like 130 calories. Let's round it up. I always like rounding up, right? Let's put more calories on there. Give us a better idea, because usually it's not dead on, right? I think there's somewhere said you should always take the calories that's written on the box, add 10%. Give yourself 10% more. So anyway, 2 hard-boiled eggs, 150 calories. I did add some salt. I sprinkled a little bit of salt on it. I don't go to town, but I put a little bit of salt on it because I don't like eggs all that much. But anyway, I felt like I needed that yesterday. And I did, and I think it was good. A cup of fruit. It's half pineapple, half strawberries. Very, very little calories. Listen, fruits, if you eat the right fruits, you can have mountain fruits and still do very well. Okay, so that's about 100 calories for a cup, a nice little cup thing there. They're looking at 250 for breakfast. Lunch, I spoke about this yesterday. While I did want to take my shake, sometimes when I'm on support, like I was doing yesterday, they come out with a big buffet of really good quality food. Then there's really bad food. They had tiramisu and all that stuff, which is terrible for you, which I skip, which is my favorite dessert. So it was really hard to skip, and it looked so good. But it was a good test. I was testing myself, so fantastic. I felt great about after lunch. I ended up, so they had some kind of beef stew type of thing. I don't do well with beef. I have problems tearing it apart. So in the stew, they had a bunch of vegetables in there too. No potatoes. This one though, it was just some kind of beef with vegetables. So I kind of worked around the beef. I grabbed myself a scoop. of vegetables. I probably had one piece of beef in there because I wanted to try it, so I had like a little piece. Still not for me. So I had that. They had build your own Caesar salad. So I took some lettuce, very little lettuce. Like I would say probably about 6, 7 leaves of lettuce, very little. I skipped the croutons and I put, they had a salad dressing. I put just about, I say about a teaspoon because I know salad dressing can get really crazy. So a teaspoon on that, mix it all up. So that was that. And then they had some kind of tomato and I don't know if it's squash, but they had a mix of tomato and something else all mixed in. And I know that's really good for you. So I had a good little amount of that. So that was it. That was my lunch. So I had a lot of vegetables and I had a very tiny Caesar salad. That being said, I know the vegetables and the tomato is really not much at all, but the Caesar salad, even though I had very little, the dressing, I never really know how much that can be because that goes up fast. So again, I'm going to go above and beyond. I'm going to say 300 calories. 300 calories because the plate is not a big plate. It's a little plate. And I had these little, so 300 calories. But it did a good job. It felt like it hit the spot. That's what yesterday was about. It felt like I needed nutrients more than I needed my shake. And that's what I felt like my body was craving that. That's why we got eggs, we got fruit, we got vegetables. And I think those were great choices. And I think I made very good choices on that. All right, so now moving into the afternoon, I was still, I felt good after lunch, but around probably 3 o'clock, I was still starting to get a little hungry again. And I ended up having one of my Fiber One bars. I actually have one right here. So this is, you guys probably know what this is, but here it is. Brownie, 20% fiber for the day. We're looking at 90 calories. So let's round it up to about 100 calories for this, and 85 milligrams of sodium, 5 grams of fiber. Now I started these because I told you guys, when you start eating less, it's not just Saxenda. Saxenda doesn't help, obviously, but when you eat less, very little, you don't go to the restroom very often. So I ended up going yesterday night a little bit, which is a good relief, right? It doesn't hurt. It doesn't bother me. It's just, I'm just aware that I'm not going to the bathroom very often. To poo anyways. I pee, I'm going a million times. So I had that, and that's everything I had leading up to dinner, which means I had, let's see, 250, 550, about 650 calories going into dinner. Now everything happened. I drove home and it was a mess and this and that, and I really wanted to stop for fast food and I didn't. Got home, ate my vegetable pizza, 550 calories, and as much as I love my vegetable pizza, that new chocolate, it's called chocolate, but it has nothing to do with chocolate hot pepper sauce thing that I bought in New York, it just elevates it to the next level for me. It's just the right amount of spice, which has just about 0 calories in it, right? It's a pepper, they call it a chocolate pepper, and sprinkle a little bit of that on top, and it just makes everything that much better. It makes all the flavors pop. So these pizzas are, again, better than ever, and I don't mind eating these 4 times in a week. I don't mind because they're so good. So 550 calories there brings me to about 1,200 calories for the day. And then finally at night, about 30 minutes after dinner, I still felt like I wanted a little something. And this is what I'm saying. It was one of those days where I just wanted to eat. And I treated myself. I went over the calories from my day. I said, you know what? You did very well. Treat yourself with those peanut butter dates that I was telling you about. So basically, it's just a little dates. And my wife takes out the pit, stuffs a little bit of peanut butter in that pit. So it's very little amount of peanut butter, dips it in dark chocolate, and we freeze it. So that is about, it's less than that, but we're going to say 75 calories. And that brings the total of the day for under 1,300, but let's say 1,300 calories for the day. And I felt like I ate a ton of food all day long. So very, very good day. And even though it's not my typical day, this is perfect. So if I can just keep doing this on the days where I feel like changing things up, I'm going to be just fine. So, it's very good. I'm still thinking I want to up my protein. All right. So while I am sitting at 1,300, I think ultimately while I'm aiming for 1200, I might give myself that last 300 calories. So say I aim for 1200 calories a day. I'm going to give myself between 1500, which is what they recommend for men, even though for me, like I said, I spoke to my doctor, and my doctor goes, listen, these 1500 calories and more, that's great for people that are just about obtain their healthy weight. He said, if you're morbidly obese, eat as little as you can to survive and get it off, because that's more dangerous than what you're doing. He goes, don't think about all your metabolism all the time. He goes, you'll deal with that later. For now, just get the weight off. It's too dangerous. Okay, so concentrate on getting the right nutrients in your body and just get the weight off. Get the weight off. So he doesn't seem to mind even days where I have less than 1,000. He goes, it's fine. You feel good though? Are you dizzy? Good. Keep going. Okay, all right. So that's what I'm following. It makes sense to me, right? I know we should eat a minimum, and I'm not saying because sometimes I eat less than 1,000 that you should. You do you, right? Find what works for you. My my fiber one brownies, my shakes, that might not be good. You might hate that stuff. That's okay. You don't have to follow what I'm doing. I'm just trying to show you what it's like for somebody that kind of found their recipe that works for them, that they can live with forever, right? And I'm still tweaking it. As you saw the day I had yesterday, that's the first time I ever eat like this since I've started Saxenda. I've never had all these breakfast, the lunch, and I usually skip breakfast, and I had all this, and I still managed to do it in 1,300 calories, and I felt like I ate a bunch of stuff because I made a lot of good options, a lot of good choices in there, and it was delicious. Very delicious day, and that's it. So anyway, so doing very well. As you guys can see, I'm starting to slowly get the beard back. Thank God. Thank God. Though there's always a phase before I get the right length that it's gonna look dirty. You know what I mean? Which is not good, because I have an important event, not this weekend, next weekend, where there's gonna be thousands of people, and I'm front center kind of thing. Well, I'm not on the stage, but I manage the whole floor, and I'm the go-to, and I know a lot of people in the room. So I'm gonna have to find a way to make it still kind of look cleaner than it looks now. Yeah. So maybe we'll have to kind of trim some pieces and figure it out. We'll see. Hey, as always, thanks for watching, you guys. I really appreciate everybody, and I hope your journeys are all going well. It's not because I'm stopping Saxenda that you should. I'm just trying to complete the cycle of the channel. The whole goal, I never got into this to make money. I never got into this to promote anything. I saw that we were lacking information, and I thought a day-to-day vlog would probably be good, so that people would kind of understand what it's kind of like for all of us, or at least for some of us, going through it from the why to going to actually taking Saxenda, the ups, the downs, being honest about it, and afterwards, how do we maintain, or how do we keep going in my case? So hopefully by the time I'm done this vlog, you guys will get a pretty good idea of what's realistic with the drug and what you can achieve, and learn from my mistakes, kind of like I did, right? And even the things that I speak about today, I thought wasn't the case, 2 months ago. Right? Remember whenever I restarted Saxenda, I'm like, man, I got a big boost. I did. It's very true. I lost like 25 pounds in a month or something. It was fantastic. But now I'm at the point where I question if without Saxenda, if I would just put that same effort into it anyways, because Saxenda kind of feels like it's a ace up your sleeve. Now, don't get me wrong. When you start it, it feels great. It definitely works. But that second time around, I'm starting to question, even though I am hungrier now than I was when I restarted. So I guess Saxenda did work, but I'm not sure how efficient it was. That's what I'm questioning now. We'll see as time goes. Can I keep up? Can I keep doing this? Am I going to break? And if I break, I've got Saxenda. I still got a bunch of Saxenda prescriptions, so I can still start over and see if I stopped a month this time, or 2 months, or who knows. But I will keep doing the vlogging for now daily until I feel like I don't have much more to add. Whenever I feel like I no longer have much more to add, I don't want to stop doing vlogs, but I will probably start doing it a lot less frequent, give you updates. Here's a week a week later, or maybe once a week or something like that, just to show you that, listen, we can still hold on after Saxenda, or we can't, or I'm bouncing back up. Who knows what's going to happen, but I will be very honest to give you guys an idea, so you're more informed, I guess. So anyways, all the best, everybody. Have a great weekend, and I will see you guys tomorrow.